Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Now, I have more physical potential system orbs than I can even do anything with. So, considering this Babidi is the only even SSR and above Babidi in the game, this is just the SSR of the LR Babidi and Boo, I decided, you know what, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and rainbow him too. Why not? I mean, it's an extra free-to-play option, I guess, for like the Boo Saga or something like that. You know, you never know. It could be useful potentially for free-to-play players to do this for like Dokkan Battlefield, just giving you another option, another character that could potentially work good with the LR, another extreme physical sort of like Boo Saga character. Could be decent enough, right? So I guess I'm going to go ahead and level up those links. I have both the LR and the SSR rainbowed here, and we'll, you know, kind of test it out, see how well he'll work. I don't expect too much from this Babidi. He's just an SSR, but, you know, whatever. I guess let's test it out. Alright guys, so we're here in an event with Babidi. Again, I think this unit could be fairly solid for like free-to-play players, you know, just getting you an extra option for like extreme physical, extreme class units. There's just far less of them in the game anyway than there is, you know, super class units. I do think potentially using LR, Babidi, and Boo, specifically in Battlefield, as potentially like a secondary team, right? Like, because Babidi and Boo, they give 4 key and 130% stats to Majin Buu Saga. There's 5 solid Majin Buu Saga leaders that you could use in Dokkan Battlefield. So Babidi is not the greatest, right? I mean, he's got a medium chance of stunning. He gets 20,000 attack and defense on his attack passive, and then another 10,000 attack if the enemy is in attack down, defensive down, or stunned. Not the craziest, but he certainly, again, could be helpful, I think, for free-to-play players in particular. Okay, so with LR, Babidi, and Deborah, we are going to have all of his links active, by the way, which, of course, is going to be fairly good. We also have Turles on rotation, so, I mean, this is going to be at least a good showing, I would think, of what Babidi is capable of doing right here, right? On this rotation. His defense wasn't really that impressive. Alright, so yeah, the LR, Babidi, and Deborah, by the way, I'm putting this video out before. I did a rainbow video for them. They're pretty good. I like them a lot, actually, once you get them rainbowed lead dupes. Under 1 million, not the craziest, but again, we have a lot of links active. So Babidi's links, right? He obviously is very, very close to what the Babidi and Fat Boo are doing. Utilizing them here, let's float Deborah. Now, actually, we'll float the LR off, because obviously we want to see what the LR is capable of doing alongside Babidi, obviously, right? Like, we want to see that level. But Babidi's link set, again, is going to work well with Deborah, Babidi and Deborah, Fat Boo and Babidi. A lot of these, you know, sort of extreme class Majin Buu Saga units. His link set is Master of Magic, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. Now, the thing about Babidi, right, you know, you could look at him in how he could affect the LR. There's the LR at 3.41. Remember that the LR gets a lot more powerful if the enemy is in attack down, defensive down, stunned, or sealed. Well, the thing about Babidi's link set right here is that the very first one right there is Master of Magic. That is a link that will lower the enemy's defense just by having it activate. What that means is you're then going to activate both Babidi as well as the LR Fat Boo. You're going to activate their full passive just by linking them together, right? Babidi also has Fear and Faith, which is the last link he's got right there, which does the same thing. Lowers all enemies' defense. So that is what, for 99% of the game, like any link that lowers enemy defense is almost worthless, right? But there are a few characters such as LR Jiren, LR Fat Boo, and Babidi who get some sort of buff with the enemy having defensive down, and then the fact that there are links that just do that, that's where, again, it can actually be fairly helpful, right? Okay, so this is going to be another really good rotation. Again, with Babidi and Deborah, we have our full link set active right here. Let's go ahead and super attack, let's super attack Gohan, because that'll get our full passive active. Vidal's immune to having our defensive lowered and stuff like that. Yeah, 82k defense is just not really that impressive. Remember, we do have Cooler on rotation, who is giving 50% to Terrifying Conquerors. So we do get Babidi up over 1 million with all of his links active and a 50% support type unit on rotation. Remember, he does have a 30% chance of stunning on his passive as well. But, I mean, one of the big weaknesses this Babidi has is his distinct lack of category teams, right? He's only on Boo Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, and Inhuman Deeds. You know, I've talked about it a lot, but Inhuman Deeds is not exactly a team that is very runnable with no proper leader. I mean, Inhuman Deeds is a fine category, I think, and it's certainly in the future, you know, when Saiyan Saga Vegeta, you know, I'm sure we're going to get tons of new Brolys. We're probably going to get Dokkan Fest Baby. We're going to get a new Goku Black, a new Omega Shenron, new Super 17, new Lord Slug. Like, this category will, Namek Frieza as well. This category is going to get a lot better in the future, but, like, it doesn't even have a Dokkan Fest right now. It's in a very similar spot. If you guys remember, for a long time, I was sort of going crazy, like, hey, you know, Artificial Lifeform is one day going to be a good team. Like, it's got a pretty solid, like, category roster, but it just didn't have a leader. Then they got, to be fair, one of the worst Dokkan Fests in the last couple of years in Exchange Majin Buu. But, like, the leader skill was really good, and the Artificial Lifeform team is very good, right? But, I mean, they need a... They need a way better leader unit, because Exchange Buu sucks. Like, there's just not really much... he needs an easy A, honestly. Exchange Buu, he's just not that good. Until you become Tech Super Buu. So, like, running him as a leader is kind of, Like, that's the thing. Like, he's got a better leader skill for Majin Power than LR Bootanks does. But, like, there's... who cares? Like, LR Bootanks is, like, 60 times better. So, like, there's no reason you wouldn't run him. Of course, with the LR... Babidi is going to have full links active, so you can go ahead and run the two of these guys together. You know, and then obviously Babidi and Dabura work well. I don't really understand what Dokkan's obsession is with consistently and constantly buffing Majin Buu Saga every 5 seconds. But, like, look at this. This rotation is completely free to play, right? And, like, you know, the two LRs are fairly powerful. Again, this Babidi, he's not, like, the most dominant unit ever, right? 700k attack stat. But he is still going to be very easy to obtain for free-to-play players. And there is a solid spot where he can help you, and that's Dokkan Battlefield. Because I consistently see people struggling with Dokkan Battlefield. So, you know, grinding up an extra copy of this Babidi and rainbowing him. And then, you know, sort of having him in your back pocket as an extra team on Majin Buu Saga would not be the worst idea of all time. Alright, let's go ahead and look at him also on the Buu Saga team, and then we'll finish up. I mean, he's only got 3 teams. We don't need to spend too long here. I'm already giving a good idea of what this Babidi is capable of doing, but, you know, even something like this SSR for this free-to-play LR can have value if you use them correctly. Alright, so over here on the Majin Buu Saga, I guess with Goku and Vegeta, we can at least see what Babidi is going to be able to do with, like, no links, no support, nothing, right? I'm sure his attack set is probably not going to be too impressive here, but at least we will see the numbers we can do. We also could probably get like a rotation of the 50% support Kid Buu as well as Super Buu. Under 500k, huh? Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's what I would consider a very bad number. That's the only thing about Buu Saga, though, man. Is, like, as amazing as Goku and Vegeta are, and they work rather well with, like, LR Bootanks, right? Because they share 3 links with them, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. It's like, you have all of these type of characters, like, these are not characters we want to run with Goku and Vegeta. So, this is why it's important to have many different leaders for teams like the Majin Buu Saga, right? Like, yeah, LR Babidi and Fat Buu, you know, they give 130%, which honestly is good enough to run. But it would be so much better if we had, like, a new standalone Buuhan, or, you know, if LR Kid Buu would drop, and he's an extreme class Majin Buu Saga leader, that would be really good. Like, we seriously, you know, if there was, like, a Kid Buu who was, you know, best unit in the game, or one of the best units in the game, who was on here, right, on the Buu Saga team leading it, and then you could go full extreme class Buu Saga, that would work really well, right? So, I do hope to see that at some point in the future. Okay, so Super Buu, we have 2 links right here. Fear and Faith, as well as Brutal Beatdown. Now, obviously, having Fear and Faith active, that is, of course, going to give us the extra power we need. You know, that's going to lower enemy defense just passively by having Fear and Faith active. So now Babidi is going to get the extra attack buff from his passive, which is going to be good, right? Double digits is all Babidi took, huh? Okay. I mean, I'm surprised, actually. Double digits is it? It's not exactly a lot right there. Okay, Babidi. Babidi, you know, Babidi's not too bad. This boo is still so crazy, too. The 50% support boo. Because every super attack he's healing. That's where, like, that super boo can work well with, like, LR Babidi and boo. Because, like, at that point, you know, where he's healing on super attack and then Babidi and boo heal when they get hit. Right, and you just get a lot of characters who are sort of doing stuff like that, which can be very, very helpful. You know, I actually want to finish this phase of Broly off, so I'm going to transform with Goku and Vegeta. By doing this, I could put them in the last slot of the rotation, and they should finish, they should finish this Broly with counters. This Vegito is too strong for Dokkan events, so, like, he's just going to tear this Broly in half, right? Okay, so we could go ahead and do this. I'm actually going to go ahead and pop a Princess Tank to give us a little bit of extra damage reduction, because I do, of course, want to make sure that we are going to have that thing for next turn. Kid Boo's full passive. Actually, we're going to have full 24 key. Yeah, okay, so Broly is dead. Broly is done. He's out of here. He's goodbye. He's finito, finished, done. Vegito is going to do way too much damage to him. And he's going to get, what, at least 2 counter attacks at the end there, so he's dead. Oh, yeah, and then, that's what, look at that, just globs of health flying off. One thing I love about counter units like that, against these bosses that, like, attack the whole rotation, is that, like, he's still countering, right? Like, that's one extra counter, no matter where Vegito was on rotation, he was going to be able to counter Broly with that. Like, I do love that, right? Alright, so on this next turn, again, we're going to have the 50% support Super Boo. We're going to have Kid Boo, and then we're also going to have Babidi, so we can see pretty good attack set, I think, for our boy Babidi right here. And then Broly-chan is out of here on this rotation by Vegito. Alright, goodbye, Broly. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what we can do. Can this Broly have his defense lowered? That's going to be... He can, it looks like. Yeah, he can. Okay, cool. So that means we are going to have him with that defense lowered, because, of course, we have... Oh, here, let me do this, because I want to change up rotations a little bit, and do that right there. All right, so we're going to have 2 links active. Again, we have Fear and Faith, as well as Brutal Beatdown active. We got a lot of support, obviously, from links and stuff like that. Let's see how much damage this rotation can do, and then we'll go ahead and move into Babidi's details. Again, Babidi's okay. He for what he is, an SSR, that, again, I think just could help players as an extra unit in Dokkan Battlefield. I feel like he can get the job done. But this is exactly the type of thing you can do as a free-to-play player to get ahead, right? You know, building up, like, a secondary sort of team to go through Dokkan Battlefield. If you die, then Babidi would fit on there well. All right, so he was under 1 million right there. Full passive active, 100% support. The boy is under 1 million. All right. So, sure, let's go ahead and go into Babidi's details now and see exactly what he does. Alright, this is Despicable Mastermind Babidi. His leader skill is Boo Saga category key to an 80% of stats, so fodder right there. His super attack is the Demon Eye, which does supreme damage and has a medium chance of stunning the enemy. His passive skill, Dastardly Trap, gives him plus 20,000 attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional plus 10,000 attack if the enemy is in attack down, defensive down, or stunned. Then his links are Master of Magic, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. So he will work well with, like, LR Babidi and Fat Boo, you know, LR Babidi and Deborah, you know, those types of characters. The physical support Deborah, all those characters he'll work well with. His 12 key multiplier is 130%. Which obviously is pretty low, but I mean, he's just an SSR that awakens all the way to an LR, right? So it's whatever. And then finally, he's on 3 category teams. Boo Saga, which is just, like, so ridiculous, right? But I still do think they could use an extreme class Boo Saga leader. I think obviously LR Kid Boo would make a lot of sense there. Babidi is also over here on Terrifying Conquerors, which is a very strong category team. And then finally, he is on Inhuman Deeds, which really badly needs a proper leader. So there we go. There's SSR Babidi. Again, he definitely could help out free-to-play players in Battlefield. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. And I'll catch y'all next time.